In the quaint, fog-shrouded town of Ravenswood, there stood an old antique shop, nestled between the forgotten pages of history and the whispers of the wind. The shop, known as Eldritch Emporium, was run by a peculiar man named Mr. Eldridge, who had an eye for the bizarre and the uncanny. Among his collection of oddities was an ancient alarm clock, rumored to be cursed. The clock was a relic from a time long past, with a face that bore Roman numerals faded with age, and hands that moved with an almost imperceptible creak. Its body was ornately carved, depicting scenes of celestial bodies orbiting in a dance of eternal night. One stormy evening, a young woman named Clara, seeking shelter from the rain, stumbled into the shop. Her eyes were immediately drawn to the mysterious clock. Despite Mr. Eldridge's cryptic warnings about its history, Clara was entranced and purchased the clock, feeling an unexplainable connection to it. That night, as Clara set the alarm for the following morning, she noticed something peculiar. The clock's hands moved on their own, settling on the stroke of midnight. Thinking it to be a quirk of its old mechanism, she adjusted the time and drifted to sleep. At precisely midnight, the clock's alarm shattered the silence of the night with a chime that seemed to echo from another world. Clara woke with a start, her heart racing. She noticed something unsettling. The world outside her window was draped in an unnatural darkness, as if the night had swallowed the town whole. Each night that followed, the same event occurred. No matter how she set the alarm, it would always ring at midnight, unveiling a world that was not her own. Ravenswood, under this eternal night, was a twisted version of itself. Shadows moved with malevolent intent, and the air was thick with whispers of the unseen. Clara soon realized that the clock was not just waking her at midnight, it was pulling her into a realm where nightmares tread. Each night, she encountered horrors beyond comprehension, specters of the damned, twisted creatures lurking in the shadows, and echoes of tormented souls. Determined to break the curse, Clara returned to Eldritch Emporium, only to find it vanished, as if it had never existed. Desperate, she sought the help of a local historian, who revealed a chilling tale. The clock was crafted by a mad horologist, who, obsessed with conquering death, bound his soul to the clock, creating a gateway to a realm where he could rule eternally. The only way to break the curse, as the tale suggested, was to wind the clock backward, reversing its sinister enchantment. But this had to be done at the exact moment the realms aligned the stroke of midnight. Armed with this knowledge, Clara prepared herself. As midnight approached, the world around her began to warp into the nightmarish landscape. With trembling hands, she began to wind the clock backward. The specters and shadows converged upon her, as if sensing their domain being threatened. With each turn of the key, the clock's chime grew louder, resonating with a frequency that seemed to tear at the fabric of reality. The shadows writhed in agony, their forms flickering between existence and oblivion. As the clock's hands aligned in reverse, a blinding light erupted from its core, banishing the darkness. The shrieks of the damned faded into silence, and the world of eternal night crumbled away. Clara found herself back in her room, the first rays of dawn peeking through her window. The clock, now silent and motionless, had lost its ominous aura. Though she had escaped the clutches of the nightmarish realm, Clara knew that some mysteries were best left untouched. She buried the clock in a place where it would never be found, hoping to seal away the horrors it harbored. From that day on, Clara lived her life with a newfound appreciation for the light of day, ever wary of the shadows that linger at the edge of night, whispering secrets of a world where time stands still.